Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LFC transfer room for another watch-along. This time, Liverpool take on Arsenal at Anfield in the first leg of the Carabao Cup final. I'm joined today by Owen, and we'll be giving you a little preview before the game begins. Thank you to everyone who's already here. Just to go over the starting 11, Liverpool lineup with Alisson in goal, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson make up the back four with Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and James Milner in midfield, which is interesting, and we can talk about that. And up front is Jota, Minamino and Firmino. On the bench is Kelleher, Kanate, Gomez, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Tsimikas, Gordon, Williams and Tyler Morton. So that is the starting lineup and the substitutes. So please do let us know what you think of that and what your predictions are for tonight's game. Also, just adjust my camera. But Owen, how are you feeling about this one? Are you confident?
Yeah, after seeing the team, I'm very confident. Like quietly, I don't want to say it too loud because last time I was very confident for the game was Leicester in the league, and we ended up playing horrifically in that game. So hopefully today we can just go get the job done for today, and then go next week and get the job done again.
Yeah,
but we need to do it. Play half the part today.
Exactly. Yeah, we can't sort of rely on next week's result. I suppose the most interesting choice, I mean, Alisson's an interesting one as well, because this was sort of Kelleher's tournament, but James Milner comes into midfield ahead of Oxlade-Chamberlain and Curtis Jones. What do you make of that? Because I saw a lot of negativity on Twitter. But you personally, how are you feeling about it? Hi, Hyla. I hope you are doing well, and look forward to having you for the stream if you're about. But yeah, sorry, you carry on. How are you feeling about Milner being in the starting 11?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I thought he played really well against Chelsea. I saw loads of kind of people just complaining about him. I just feel like he's quite an easy scapegoat nowadays. It's like, oh, when anything goes wrong, blame it on the 36-year-old. I'm surprised Curtis Jones isn't playing today, if I'm being totally honest. I would have liked to have seen him. But at the same time, I can understand why Klopp's gone for a more balanced midfield for the opening stages, and then maybe change it half-time, 60 minutes, whenever, then maybe bring on a more attacking player if we need a goal.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Jones had a good game against Shrewsbury, I felt like, but I suppose you have to look at it in context. It is against Shrewsbury, and yeah, when it comes to important games like this, it seems like he always falls back on his trusted team. Kumars don't have a good feeling about the Hendo-Milner duo. As we've said, it's the most interesting decision of the night, I feel like. Josh is asking for score predictions, so we'll get into that first before I ask you some very important questions, Owen.
I'll go first then. That's quite hard to do today, because I feel like if we turn up and play well, I can see us winning comfortably 2-0. However, I think if we're kind of not really at it, then I can see Arsenal definitely scoring goals. So I think we'll be at it though tonight. I'll go 2-0 Liverpool, and goal scorers, I'll go Jota brace.
Oh, goal scorers as well. Well, I don't have quite as much confidence as you. Obviously, I back the boys to win, but I don't feel like it's just the Liverpool way. We can't close out a two-legged thing against good opposition. So I feel like it will be a 2-1, and it will all be down to the game at the Emirates. That's what I think. People in the comments, please do get involved and let us know what your opinions are as well. Hyla says, Odegaard is out for Arsenal. This is very good news for Liverpool. He is the glue that binds the attack for Arsenal. Well, Smith Rowe, as I believe, is out as well. So certainly some positives for Liverpool, I guess, in that way. But, you know, we've still got to do the hard work, and Arsenal are going to be right up for this. Now, the game kicks off in about 15 minutes. So I think that's just enough time for us to have a little chat, Owen, about something that happened yesterday. And for those who follow the LFC transfer room, I'm sure you know what I'm about to divulge into. So Owen here writes for the LFC transfer room website, and he put out a very well-written piece about our left backs, and it was of your opinion that Kostas Tsimikas is our best left back at this moment.
Yep.
And you had good reasoning within your article, but I don't think many people who saw the tweet stopped to think about that. Didn't actually read the article and just went in on the opinion, and just want to sort of give you this opportunity to get things off your chest, sort of explain your reasoning a bit more, if any of them happen to be watching, why you've sort of taken that route and think that Tsimikas is the better choice at this moment in time.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I have absolutely nothing against Robertson at all. Like, Robertson in the Klopp era, he's probably my top 5 favourite player. I can't lie. I absolutely love him. However, over the last few months, I've noticed, well, I think many have as well. Many others have. It's not just me. It's a few others have agreed with me as well, that Robertson just hasn't been the same player at all. And Tsimikas has stepped up and he's looked absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. He's just... how do I put it? He's just been better, in my opinion. I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and you can think what you want, but Tsimikas, in every way, apart from maybe defending, going forward, his control, his crossing, definitely, especially from corners, I've noticed a massive improvement there. So yeah, apart from defending, really, where even though Robertson's kind of in that role and been able to adapt
it's close
to it,
though, isn't it? Defensively,
yeah.
Massive.
It's very, very close. Well, they're very close players, ability-wise, in general. It's not like one's miles clear of the other. I definitely think they're like very, very, very evenly matched.
Yeah, I think obviously a lot of people disagreed with you, and they're entitled to their opinion, but not the way they went about it. I think a lot of people probably hold on to the length of time as an indicator, which I think is certainly valid. And in my opinion, I think Robertson's still just above Tsimikas, but again, that's what conversations are about. For you, is that a factor that you take into account, the fact that Robertson's been there and doing it for a lot longer, or do you base it more on like what you're seeing now when both players start?
Yeah, what I'm seeing now is obviously you can't deny the fact that Robertson's won us a Premier League and Champions League. He's a certified legend for the club, and I'm not denying that or taking anything away from him. But I think at this current moment, Tsimikas is the better player.
And yeah, that's for all you haters out there. I replied to a few people on there. If you're getting triggered over someone's opinion on who's Liverpool's best left back, I think you need to go and see a psychiatrist or something, because there's something going on there. So Matthias, thank you for getting involved in the comments. He said, hello, come on Liverpool, you'll never walk alone. I've gone 2-0, so that's a vote in Owen's favour. He's gone for that as well. Q-Mars predicts a 1-0. So just going back to this, because a few people have asked about this now, including Drew, thank you. So thoughts on the midfield with Henderson and Milner. Even though Milner is an incredibly fit player, and we always seem to hear in pre-season how he returns in the best shape and can do the most laps around a pitch in a certain time or whatever, but he has lost a few yards as he's gotten older, and I do wonder if should he be starting big games like this? I don't know. I feel he's got a foul in him as well. He seems to always pick up a yellow card when he comes on. Is it a risk playing him ahead of an Oxlade-Chamberlain or a Curtis Jones?
Well, first of all, I just don't rate Oxlade-Chamberlain. Like, I just don't think he's a very good player. I don't think he should be at Liverpool. But obviously he is, so we have to deal with it. And it's like with Milner, I really just don't understand why people don't like him. I just think whenever he plays, he gives his all. And he's on the pitch, where with players like Ox, maybe, you just don't know.
He can ghost the whole game, can't he? Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't even know he's playing. So that's what I like about Milner. He keeps the tempo up. And yeah, I'm glad he's starting tonight, really, in some ways.
I think Hyland agrees with you there. You can always trust Milner to try to deliver his best. He's now 36 years old. Not as sharp as he used to be, but he will always be a super professional, responsible, honest, and hardworking. And I think you said it at the start. He's sort of alluded to it. Similar to Henderson, I think, but because he's so old, he can easily become a scapegoat. If he's part of a winning performance and we go on and win this 2-3-0, everyone will laud his professionalism and how much of a servant he is. But if we do find ourselves behind at half time, I dare not look at Twitter, because I feel like it will be a case of James Milner bearing the brunt of the blame. Whether he's to blame for the goals that we concede is a different matter. But do you agree that he's kind of an easy scapegoat for people to pick on because of his age?
Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. It's like, at the end of the day, Milner, he's not going to play every week for us. There's no denying that he's not able to do that. He can't play 3 times a week. He just can't. His body can't do it at that age. But he didn't play against Shrewsbury. He's had a good rest now. I don't see why he couldn't go and give 100% this game. I don't know how long he'll play. I doubt he'll play the whole game. In fact, I'd be amazed if he did. But yeah, I just don't see any problem with him starting at all.
Kimos here says, it reminds me of the time when we had Chan, Milner, Hendo, just all workhorse midfield. And I think that goes for Wijnaldum as well. You know, we got to a Champions League final with just a pure workhorse midfield. And we've obviously changed a lot since then, but I think we've shown that it can be done. Anthony, good to see you in the chat again. With the current midfield options, there can't be too many complaints. So yeah, it's between Milner, Henderson, and then Oxlade-Chamberlain and Curtis Jones. And you know, it's not a bad thing to have either of those to come off the bench, whereas if you've got Milner to come off the bench, I think that's a little bit more anticlimactic. Drew Ross says, more concerned about the lack of diversity in skill sets between Milner and Henderson. Both engines, concerned about the creativity. I don't know what you think about that, Owen. I think we've got more than enough creativity on the flanks to make up for that. And I think apart from Thiago and obviously Curtis Jones as well, we've never, for the last 2-3 years under Klopp, we've never had a particularly creative midfield. Obviously, we sold Coutinho, and in between then and Curtis Jones coming through, I felt like we've never had a creative midfield, and we've relied on Robertson and Trent. Do you think that's something that we should be worried about?
Yeah, I actually agree with Drew there. I think considering the front three we put out, it is a bit concerning that we kind of haven't really got anyone else there behind them to kind of feed them the balls and the kind of give the great creativity to them. So it is a bit concerning, but really when you look at it, kind of Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Ox can do that, but we haven't really had a kind of a marquee sort of attacking midfielder since Coutinho left. I think Klopp definitely prefers having kind of those engines in midfield rather than those kind of like skilly flair sort of players.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Hylas says, every game is won and lost in midfield, and I think Liverpool win the battle of the midfield. A win in this game is given. That's a very bold statement, I feel like. And hopefully Liverpool can win without Arsenal scoring 2-0. So you predicted a 2-0 yourself. I struggled to see us not conceding. I haven't actually looked at the Arsenal midfield. Do you have that to hand, Owen?
It's Xhaka and Lokonga, I think.
Oh, so are they doing a 5-2?
No, I think it's like 4-2-3-1. I think it is from what I've seen.
Oh, right. So they got a double pivot. All right, and then who is it? Is it?
And then Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. So no real attacking midfielder there with Odegaard and Smith Rowe missing.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, they're big losses for Arsenal. So we need to capitalise on it. But I'm sure if we do, there's going to be a storm across social media because of the way that this tie has come about, with obviously last week's game getting postponed to next week. So it'll be interesting. And we just can't win particularly. Hyler again, thank you so much. I should also mention that Milner is probably the most versatile player in Liverpool, every manager's dream. I agree to a certain extent with that, but you know, there's one thing being versatile, but there's one thing having genuine quality. And I think the midfield isn't as easy as people are making it out to be. Henderson's not in the best run of form. Milner's sort of coming out from the cold. He hasn't had too many minutes. And Fabinho, I know he scored 2 goals against Shrewsbury, but he hasn't been at his absolute best so far this season, Owen. Or am I missing something?
I don't think Fabinho's been that bad. I think there's been other problems in the team. So I don't think Fabinho's really one that I'd kind of point out.
Fair enough. Drew Ross says Martinelli is playing, so he is certainly a goal scoring threat, and he's definitely in a good run of form. Everybody who is in the chat and hasn't done already, please do get all of your predictions in. Who do you think is going to stand out? Who do you think might let us down? What do you think the prediction's going to be? So Drew, we did this a little bit earlier. Owen has gone for a 2-0 Liverpool victory with a Jota brace, and I have gone for a 2-1 because I just don't see us making this easy on ourselves at all, and I think it'll be all to play for in the second leg. The players are now coming out, so this is the time where I do say goodbye to you, Owen, but thank you very much for coming on and giving us a little preview of the game and for addressing the controversy from yesterday.
Yeah, great. All right, cheers. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, you too.
In a bit.
Yeah. So we are just about ready to go. As I said, the players are now coming up. We'll just get this properly. There we are. That's better. So thank you, everybody who is here already. Good to see so many of you. If you are watching the game on the telly, have us on a different device, and we can watch it together as the players' names are now being read out. Anthony, enjoy the match as well. If you're not sticking around, I'll pass that on. I think you just missed it. And Hyla, hopefully the day I go to my grave, it's the last thing I hear. You'll never walk alone. It is a truly, truly beautiful anthem, and I'm excited. I'm nervous and excited about this game. There's a lot riding on it. We need some silverware. We've got this far in the competition. There's no point going out now. And I want to be going to Wembley come February, March time and playing Chelsea. We've played them twice. I know I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. We've played them twice. We've drawn against them twice. And I feel like playing them in the final would be a great way to sort of decide this season who's the most effective. Sean, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let us know your score predictions as well down below or in the live chat. And let's just have fun with it, guys. It's going to be a stressful 90 minutes. I can see it already. There's no way this game is easy for us. So, so midfield is Lokonga and Xhaka in the pivot, and then Saka on the right, Lacazette in the middle, and Martinelli out on the left with Eddie Nketiah up front. So an interesting selection. A lot of people highly, highly rate Martinelli. So let's hope we can keep him quiet. He'll be up against Trent for most of the night. So we'll get a proper test of his defensive capabilities, which we all know are good. As much as the media want to tell you he's a crap defender, we all know he can pocket the world's best on his day. He did it to Ronaldo. He did it to Sane. We know he's got it in him. Drew, 2-0, Jota Minamino. God, you lot who put the goal scorers, you're bold, you are. I hesitate to even predict a game, let alone who's going to score in it. And we are literally seconds away from kickoff now as the players prepare to take the knee, which will receive a big round of applause from the crowd. Down they go. My heart's pounding. This is probably the biggest game. And here we're off. Here we go. Here we go. And Matthias, I'm excited and nervous too. Come on, Liverpool. I know the feeling. Hyla, you're 30 seconds in. Oh, that's annoying. I'm bloody watching it on the correct thing. If you can pause it and let me catch up, that would be great. Otherwise, please do try to avoid spoilers. We had a few in the Shrewsbury game, but all is well. I think last time Liverpool played Arsenal, Lacazette also played as a 10, and then Fabinho did a very good job binding him, as to the extent that he completely took him out of the game. Wow, on his best day, Fabinho could stop a bloody freight train. He's the pure destroyer in this Liverpool team. as Arsenal have the first little stint of possession around the box. And oh my God, Alisson's dropped it there, but he gets a free kick. That's good. That's good. We don't need an Alisson clanger today. Do not need. That's the one thing we don't need. So how's everyone else feeling? I know a few of us are nervous. Is anyone really confident that we're gonna pull away quickly in this first leg? Does anyone feel like we might lose it? That's an interesting question. If you are new to the channel, the LFC Transfer Room, please make sure to subscribe whilst you're here. We have great fun on all these watch-alongs. We have a nice little community building up. And we don't just do watch-alongs, obviously. We do all the LFC transfer news. We go live pretty much every day, every evening. We talk about transfers. We have little debates about Liverpool-related things. We had a Jordan Henderson debate. You know, is he still good enough? We had a Sadio Mane debate. Has he reached his peak already? Interesting, very interesting discussions, and both sides fight it out very well. So stick around to check out things like that, as well as tactical analysis. And we've got some brilliant people on the channel who can really dissect a team's and opposition's tactics and how Liverpool can best exploit that. Liverpool haven't had too much of the ball here, but we do win it back in a good position. José lays it off to Firmino, who then lays it off to Minamino. I expect that front three to be quite fluid, and they are already easily darting between each other's assigned positions. And just as I said that, we do now have a slight little spell of possession as Trent tries to knock it past the defender, and he has to clear it for a Liverpool corner. Drew Ross, I always have a few nerves against Arsenal. I have too many Gooner mates. Oh, that is the worst. There's nothing worse than being surrounded by a certain other fan base and you cock it up. So I've got my fingers crossed for you. So Liverpool will take this corner here. And it's cleared quite easily. I haven't been too impressed with our corners recently. Matthias, well, debate on players we can all do, but in Klopp I trust and support anyone wearing that Liverbird on their chest. I totally get what you mean, and I absolutely appreciate it. It's not, we're not slagging players off. We're having an intelligent discussion. Just talking about it, giving our opinions. As soon as they get out there on that across that white line and they start playing, we're behind them 100% until the 90th minute. But if someone has consistently bad games, you're allowed to question that. I don't think that's unreasonable. Hi Tar, hope you're doing well, mate. Good to have you here. Are you watching the game, or am I your source of commentary for today? If I am, I'm honoured. Robertson on the corner, proving Owen's point. Yeah, actually, fair enough. Simicast's corners have been a lot better than that. We haven't scored a great deal recently from our set pieces, but I'll give you that. Simicast's deliveries have been a lot better, and he did actually write about that in the article. But Arsenal passed the ball back to Ramsdale. Not sure who that was, and it almost ended up being on target, and that could have been a brilliant start for the Reds there. So we have another corner here. So Robertson will get a second bite at the cherry to impress and disprove Owen's point. So here's an outswinger. Van Dijk and Matip towering over the Arsenal defence in there. Let's see what they can do. It's a better delivery, but it's still headed out quite easily by Arsenal. Henderson plays it back in, but we're all stood offside, so we're forced to leave it. Oh no, apologies. That wasn't even... That's embarrassing. That wasn't even bloody Robertson taking the corner, as he just picked up the ball on the left-hand side where he actually plays. But Liverpool now do have a hold of the ball, which is comforting. This game would be a lot worse if it was Arsenal dominant in possession and just waiting across to try and get back hold of it. And it's a lovely touch there from Minamino, I think that is. And now Robertson has a chance to get a good ball in. Oh, Firmino ducks under it, gets a little nick on it, and Ramsdale's forced into a low save. It's straight at him, unfortunately for us, fortunately for him. And Firmino was offside as well upon replay, but it's a good side. Minamino and Firmino in the same team. Jesus Christ. Minamino played a nice little ball to set us off there on that sort of mini counter attack. Good stuff. Not too bad so far from us. Now Arsenal do have a chance, though, down on this left wing. But Matip is there, like the hero he is. Oh, I don't want Alisson taking all that time on goal kicks all game. That is going to absolutely stress me the F out. I think some teams are starting to sense that Alisson's a little bit nervous on the ball. He can still ping a brilliant pass over the top, but he's not as confident as he was when he first came in. Obviously, there's a few mistakes early on in his career, but this season as well, not quite as confident. And I think some teams are starting to sense that, not giving him as much breathing room as Lacazette pushes him again here, and Alisson's forced to launch it up top. We do win that ball, however. Jordan Henderson. Oh my God, there's a bit of a coming together there. I'm not sure if that was Van Dijk or Matip. I think it was Van Dijk. Clatters Martinelli there when he makes the clearance. Martinelli's in pain and Klopp stands. Van Dijk stands over the top of him with a small grin on his face. Loving Minamino's energy on the press. Well, he needs a good game because he came on against Shrewsbury and did kind of ghost it most of the time, which isn't too shabby, really. Kumar's Robbo crosses are still pretty good. The second one was better, I'll give him that, but compared to his first season, it's been really, really poor. Like, not just from set pieces, but like running to the byline or in the half space and whipping one in. It's not been the same. I do wonder why that is, if that's just a pure confidence thing or not. Hyla says, Arsenal have started with an aggressive tactic here. There's no holding back for them. Arsenal's pressure is high on the pitch, and they actually have had the ball more than Liverpool the first 5 minutes. So Alisson again forced into a bit of a shabby clearance, but yet again it does fall to a Liverpool player, so I can't complain. We do have a slight chance to break. Oh, the Arsenal header is backwards, and Minamino is able to pick it up there, and hopefully we can get some sort of cross into the box. James Milner's on the ball here. He doesn't look to cross it just yet. Passes it across to Fabinho. And now we switch play. Matip is inside the Arsenal half. He's going on his little dribble out to the right. And passes the ball out of play. Tries to get it to Trent, but it's just got too much on it. And that wasn't the occasion when Matip was going to score. It's going to happen this season, I'm telling you. Matip's going to dribble past the whole team and smash one top bins at some point. He only sort of gets one or two of those chances a game, so suddenly very unlikely it'll be in this one. There's just a little break in play here. It's one of the Arsenal players received some treatment from the medical staff on the pitch. And they're making a change, actually. Callum Chambers will be coming on. So inside 10 minutes, Arsenal being forced into a substitution here. I wouldn't get too excited, though, because I've never seen, against Liverpool, substitute come on early and then proceed to have a bad game. They always come on and produce the best bloody display of their life. So I'm not too bothered at this point. But I'm not sure if he is going to come off just yet, or if he's going to try and play on. No, the substitution has been made. So Cedric is off and Callum Chambers comes on. What do you make of that, Reds? Is that good or bad? And whilst you think on that, if you are new, go and press the subscribe button. You know you want to. Come on. Milner takes the ball down nicely there, manages to get it forward. Jota's cut down there, and referee waves play on somehow. Oh, and Henderson's just... can he keep it in? No, it's gone out for a corner. Ramsdale with a bit of a cock-up there. Henderson pressing brilliantly. And we've earned ourselves a corner, so another chance to whip the ball in. Arsenal not looking too confident when they're being forced to pass it back to their own goal. Yes, Ramsdale's cross. Ramsdale's clearance. Bloody hell, I need to sort my words out. Ramsdale's clearance just smashes into Henderson, who's charging in. And almost a brilliant start. It could have been a handball on Henderson, to be fair. But we have the corner all the same. So this will be a Trent Alexander-Arnold delivery. It's come in. It's over everyone. Ramsdale manages to get a good fist on it. Liverpool not quite moving it quickly enough to keep Arsenal on their toes. We do have it just outside their box. Robertson sort of whacks one in, hopefully, and it bounces off. Oh my God! Oh no! Firmino thought there was one slipping in there, just about to crawl in, but was going wide, and Arsenal managed to get it clear. But and there's a good ball through from Henderson towards Andy Robertson. And he might get a chance to have a shot here. It's deflected, and it's gone out for another Liverpool corner. We've grown into it. First 13 minutes, we've just been getting better and better. A little bit more confident on the ball. Tarek, good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. We'll win this comfortably 2-0. Blimey. A lot of people sharing that opinion, a 2-0 win for Liverpool. I just struggle to think that we make it that easy on ourselves going into the second leg. I think we have to concede almost. It's the Liverpool way. Robertson with a ball in. And again, it doesn't beat the first man. Owen's point is standing well and truly validated. Really poor. It seems every game I watch of us now, we just get so many corners, and very rarely does a Liverpool player get his head on it and get an attempt on goal. But we're pressing well here. Minamino wiggling his way through, but it is cleared out for a Liverpool throw in out on the left-hand side. Exactly, Tarek. You know what I'm talking about. There's Robertson. Crosses it in, but there's only one player in the box. Trent goes for a massive top bin shot, but it is deflected out, and now Arsenal will have a goal kick. So we start again. Not too bad for the opening 15 minutes, I must say. We've much more control now than I thought we would. Not looking like we're missing Mane and Salah too much at this moment, but I don't want to speak too soon. So I will leave it there. And Ramsdale hoofs it up the pitch. Liverpool dominating 72% possession. Jesus Christ! And you said Arsenal had more of the ball in the opening 5 minutes as well. So really dominant in the last 10 minutes. Drew wants to see Jota get on the ball more and take on Arsenal's defence. Yeah, he hasn't had many opportunities to sort of be facing, playing in that number 9 position. He's there's few occasions where he can kind of run at the defence. He's more sort of got his back to goal. Tarek, let's be honest, Arsenal were a victim of their own hype. Even in the league when they were on a good streak, we battered them. Saka's got the ball inside our box here. He was all on his own. He was offside anyway, so nothing to worry about. A lot of people said that they played lower league opposition, and they're kind of like bully boys. I think a lot of people are making out, which they haven't really proven themselves. They obviously played well against Man City, but they shot themselves in the foot there as well. But no, I get what you mean. They are a victim of their own hype in some ways. Terence, good to see you. How are you doing? Bloody hell. Feels like it's been years, mate. I'm glad you're back to watch this game. As we're just coming up to 17 minutes. Arsenal with a little bit more possession here. Hopefully we can find a way to launch a counter-attack, and Jota will chase that, but Arsenal do have it under control. But Ramsdale again forced into just making a hopeful clearance. Hasn't had the time or space to pass it out like I think Arsenal would definitely prefer to do. I'm good, busy with work. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's tough coming back from New Year's, isn't it? January, one of the most depressing times of the year, off the back of Christmas and New Year, going back to work. Cold, dark, wet, disgusting. And Fabinho with a very loose clearance there, actually goes backwards, but Trent's on hand to head it back to Alisson, and we come out from the back again. Good lineup considering who is fit. Yeah, well, I'm interesting to. A lot of people have been unhappy. Henderson's given it away to Lacazette, and he goes for a long effort, but it's well over the bar. Henderson and Milner in the midfield, with Curtis Jones and Ox on the bench. Let me know what you guys think about that. What midfield would you have gone for necessarily? But I don't know, from my point of view, it hasn't looked too bad so far. Milner's been okay. And as I say that, he's gone down holding his head. I think he might have had a little clash with somebody there as he's jumped for the ball. Yeah, he is down here holding his head. But he looks like he'll be getting up. He's fine. Exactly. He's tough as nails. He's back on his feet. I don't think he's bleeding. No, he's fine. I'm okay with this midfield because it allows us to change the dynamic if needed in the second half. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I said that in the little preview we had with Owen just before the game started. Ramsdale again forced to clear it. I'm much more happy with having the ability to bring Oxlade-Chamberlain or Jones off the bench than I am with having to bring Milner on in the second half. That'd be a bit deflating if that was the case. So, yeah, on that basis, I'm actually not too unhappy with it all. But again, he's been fine so far. He is a good footballer, no matter what people will tell you. Tarek. Yeah, slightly more defensive. I agree. It's like pure workhorse, isn't it? Henderson and Milner, just pure engine, that midfield. And we see it time and time again in big games. He does like to go back to that. What we saw sort of in the Champions League, the year we lost the final with Wijnaldum, Milner and Henderson there. Just pure work whilst the front three and the wing back sort of do all the creative stuff. But, you know, one day Milner won't be able to play anymore. I have to think of something. But Minamino might have a chance to get a shot off here. He's blocked out slightly. But it's going to stay in if he can just get it under control. And we win a free kick from it. We win a throw-in from it. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk today. And yeah, Hyler and Terence, just clarifying what most of us have thought. Matip certainly is in the form of his life, I'd say. Every time he steps onto the pitch, he gives 9 or 10 out of 10 performances. Really strong and the best free transfer in history. I will go out on a limb and say. And Robertson plays a lovely ball forward to Firmino, which finds him, and he links up with Minamino now. He's on the byline, tries to get a ball in. It's blocked and comes back to him. And on this left-hand side, plays a ball across the 18-yard line to Minamino. He passes back to Milner. Liverpool struggling to break down Arsenal slightly here. They are quite well organised. But Matip's coming forward, everybody. And this time he does lay off to Jordan Henderson instead. And we lose out on the ball here. And suddenly Arsenal have a chance to counter-attack. Saka's blazing down the right wing up against Virgil van Dijk here. And it's just about dealt with there. Not too impressively. But we do get the ball back. And it was Milner trying to play a lobbed ball, switching the play. But it was very obvious and Arsenal read it. And now that's got to be a free kick and a card, surely. It's a red card. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It's Xhaka as well. Oh, my Lord. Granit Xhaka, in the space of about 2 weeks, has picked up a second straight red. It's Jota who was through on goal, and Xhaka was the last man. And the ball drops down. So it's Robertson who plays a lovely ball. Jota would be one-on-one with the keeper. And Xhaka just... it's poor because Jota's got to bring it down and take a touch. That would give Xhaka time to get back into position. But he instead tries to kick the ball. But all day, every day, Jota's going to get there first. And I don't know if there is VAR. I think there must be. No, he's walking. Apologies. I don't know if there's VAR or not, but he's gone. He's out of here. And Arsenal, inside 25 minutes, are down to 10 men. So we've got 65 minutes against 10 men here. So we need to tighten up. We need to take control of this game. It's going to be tough, though. I was saying before that they're well organised, and this won't change that. The Liverpool fans wave goodbye to Xhaka as he makes his way down the tunnel, and Arsenal forced into their second substitution here. So I wonder, they'll have to bring off an attacker surely, but I think they might wait until this free kick is taken. So it's relatively good news for us, but I'm still not that excited about it because we had 10 men we played against a 10-man Chelsea team and couldn't score. So it's going to be tough. Trent will take this free kick. If he scored now, then I'd start to feel a little bit excited. And this will be some goal if he can get this over the wall and down in time. Is it going to be Trent? It is, and it's against the wall. Trent again. It bounces. Oh, it's out for a goal kick. Calm. Everybody calm down. We've got 65 minutes to break this Arsenal team down. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough. But don't expect a hammering on our side now. Are there 5 substitutions in the cup? Bloody hell! They're bringing on 2 players now, so that's 3 subs. Tavares and Holding are both going to be coming on, so they're completely changing their structure here. It'll be interesting to see who they take off when they make this substitution. Oh, so it is okay. Thank you, Terence. It is 5 subs. And Matthias Gunes will now park the bus. Exactly. It's not going to be any easier, really. So the substitution is just being made now, so a short little break in play. But it's advantage Liverpool here, and that as I said, it's tough, but there's no excuse for us to not go on and win this game. So it's Eddie Nketiah coming off for Rob Holding, absolutely gutted inside 30 minutes. Liverpool come forward down the right-hand side with Trent. Plays a bit of a hopeful cross into the box, but it is diverted behind for Liverpool corner. And yeah, good point there from Terence, actually. So Xhaka won't be available for the second leg, which isn't too bad. I mean, I don't know if they'll have Odegaard and Smith Rowe back for it. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, because Matip's done bloody well this season. He's hardly had even a little knock, really. And we played the corner short, and we've kind of lost the opportunity, really. Although Robertson plays a dummy, and Trent is out on this left side. Robertson as well plays a first-time ball in when he didn't need to. Could have touched that down. Now Milner plays a ball to the back post. Van Dijk manages to keep it in, but it's a bit sketchy in that. No. Goes out for a... No, we've kept it in. And now we're going to have a throw-in. Yeah. Oh, Welshie, there you are. I was wondering where you were. Nice to see you. How are you feeling so far? Obviously, Arsenal are man down now. Does that give you more confidence, or do you think this is going to be really tough to break them down? Also, for the second leg, no Partey, El Nini, or Xhaka. Woohoo! Exactly. I'm by no means looking forward to the rest of this game. We've got a man advantage, but it won't make too much difference because all 10 of their players are going to be surrounding the the Arsenal box, sorry. Although, to be fair, at this moment in time, Lacazette is in front of the ball. And Henderson and Robertson work well there to dispossess Arsenal. It's an interesting comment here from Hyla about Xhaka's cards when he tends to pick them up. Yeah, he didn't pick any up against in the Euros, though, did he? He was quite well behaved. Maybe it's an Arsenal thing. Oh, no, I really want Minamino to score in this game. If I had to pick a goal scorer, it would be Minamino. Exactly. I made this point shortly after the red card. We're not great at breaking down low blocks, let alone a team down to 10 men, and will now have 10 men behind the ball for the majority of this game. I will say, though, and Drew's just made the comment, we've managed to get into their box on a few occasions now. So who knows? The game's very young. We're just over a third of the way through the game now. 31 minutes and 30 seconds we're on. If you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on this video. That'd be absolutely amazing. We do watch-alongs for every game. This is a short little break and play here. We do tactical analysis of all our upcoming opposition. We do transfer news pretty much daily, or we do debates, which are great fun. And as always, you guys are the heart and center of that in the live chat, giving us your opinions as well, which we always try our very best to read out. Your support is absolutely appreciated. We recently got to 2,000 subscribers as well, a massive milestone for us, and that's all down to you guys being a part of it and helping us to make such, well, at least we hope, entertaining content. Oh, bloody hell, thanks for the constant possession updates. This is great. I've got my own statistician here. 30 minutes in, 73% ball possession, but no shots on goal yet, or on target. And yes, also check out our Twitter account as well. Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify is all there down the bottom right of your screen. Make sure you check them out to stay absolutely up to date, up to the minute with all of your Liverpool news, not just transfers, but everything. And Firmino does well to earn us a throw in here. Fabinho, Milner playing on the left-hand side here. Robertson in the half space. And Milner as well into the centre with Fabinho. Switches play out to Trent, who's got space, puts in a high ball, and that's going to sail over undangerously for an Arsenal goal kick. Arsenal, I think, I'm getting reports on Twitter, they are singing Always the Victim, which is pretty low and boring and unoriginal. We had the same with Leicester. Now the same with Arsenal as well. It feels like it's gotten worse this season. Very rarely do we go to a game and we don't get it. Even Shrewsbury had a minority doing the same thing. Something needs to be done about it. Minamino earns a free kick there. He's doing well. Dilshad, you don't need to watch it. You've got us to talk you through it, mate. We're 35 minutes in. Arsenal are a man down, and it's 0-0. Stick around. Give us a subscription so you can keep up with us and what we do and everything Liverpool. And well, see, certain players are looking off it quite concerning if we aren't winning by half-time, if I'm honest. Can't allow them the chance to have a team talk and solidify further. That is a worry. Absolutely. It's obvious what they're going to do. They're going to park 10 men behind the ball. But even with 11 men, they looked very organised And the last thing you want is for them to have 15 minutes to suss out exactly what they're going to do to keep us out for the second half. We've won it back in their half here off some decent pressure. We're pressing quite well, I feel like. Yeah, you're right, Tarek. And I want to do a proper video on this, probably a debate room, just talking about like why, because I think it goes a lot deeper than just fan rivalry. Like there's deep rooted issues as to why those chants get sung at Liverpool so often, and why anything Liverpool does is like the worst thing to ever happen to football, kind of thing, as opposed to other teams doing much worse things. I do want to cover that, absolutely, Tarek. Matthias, or do like me watch the game? Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not for me. We've won the ball just outside their penalty area here, but we're just a bit slow in sort of turning and facing Ramsdale's goal. Robertson has a chance to get a cross in. It's looped up, it's cleared out just about. Matip's on the edge of the box. Pass left to Henderson, left further to Robertson, cuts in, plays a lovely switch into Minamino, crosses, and it's out for a corner. Come on. Adam, hello. How we doing? Oh, we've got all the old faces in here. It's brilliant. It's like a mate's reunion. Hope you're doing well. What do you think of the game? Matip kind of shows how important it is to have a player who can dribble through the opposition's midfield. Absolutely. I mean, that's where our defence being fit is so key. We've got Van Dijk who can ping fantastic balls left, right, and centre, and then Matip who can link up so well in the midfield and dribble and just get us up the pitch so quickly. Trent has a shocking corner, doesn't even clear the first man. The first man's able to clear it with his feet. Yeah, exactly. I've noticed that as well. Well, as I said to Tarek, I want to make a video on this, absolutely. Not to shout myself out, but if you do follow me on Twitter, which is just there, that's my Twitter handle. I'd like to sort of get as many people's opinions on this as possible, because I absolutely want to make a video on this. Maybe a pre-recorded one and just spit off the facts, or maybe a live one to sort of get people involved and get their opinion. But I think it's a really deep-rooted issue. And off the top of my head, I honestly can't think about why it's accelerated this season. And I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that as well. As Liverpool come forward here, I mean, no surprise, all of our play is out wide. Robertson has loads of space to get a good ball in, but it doesn't go to any of our players. He's cleared, and José lets it run out for a Liverpool throw-in just by the corner flag. Brenton, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. But it's good to have you in the comments. Yeah, he'll be missing the second game as well. So, as someone else alluded to, Arsenal will be without an experienced CDM for the second leg, which could be quite crucial, depending on the way this game goes as well. Yeah, not just Trent as well. There's a few players not looking at their absolute best. And no, we really can't. I've been saying this for a few games now. The corners are just quite poor. And Klopp's not looking too happy on the sidelines either, as the camera pans over to him. He's got his mouth ajar. And he's not smiling. So we're now 40 minutes in, and a goal now would be big. Oh my God, Matip's clearance is shaky to say the least. And Arsenal now have a corner. So it'll be Martinelli. Oh, bloody hell. Good point. Let me change that. Tarek has pointed out that my name was wrong, and that wasn't even me who put that there. That's been like that for bloody ages. There we go. Thank you, Tarek. I appreciate it. And now now Arsenal have got a free kick as well. And this isn't when we need the ball to be at this point in the game. What we need is Arteta to pipe up and think he's a big man again and get the crowd absolutely roaring this team forward, because it is lackluster so far, really. Arsenal goes out for a easy, runs out for a goal kick. Yeah. We come again. But no big chance. 42 minutes in, no clear-cut chance for us. And there's no zip about our play. It's really slow, really lethargic. As Matip again strolls forward trying to make things happen, but is forced to lay it off. And we nearly won the ball high up, but Van Dijk can only touch it out of play. He isn't able to bring it under his control. Matthias, you'd bring Ox on ahead of Curtis, would you? That's interesting. Everybody else, let me know what you think. If you would make any changes at halftime, would it be Ox? There's not too many attacking options on the bench. But Curtis Jones is there as well. Oh my God, Lacazette's managed to scramble his way through there. But the ball comes back to Alisson. So there shouldn't be too much added time on this first half. Trent plays a nice ball forward, but the keeper just beats Firmino, who's trying to run onto it inside the box. So there's 2 minutes of added time. Drew's trying to stay positive, got the whole second half, but Welsh's not feeling too confident so far. Quite disappointed. And I think I do veer more towards that. You can almost see the way this game is. You can almost see the way this game's going to pan out. If it from this point on, if it did finish 0-0, I can't say I'd be too surprised. So Arsenal have a free kick just inside Liverpool's half. We do manage to get it clear. 30 seconds left in this game. Liverpool with some defensive work to do. This isn't the where it should be. A man up. We shouldn't be back in our own goal mouth defending like this. And that might be the final action of this first half. And that is half time. So, to recap, Xhaka managed to get himself sent off yet again, having only just been sent off maybe 2 weeks ago in another massive game against Man City for Arsenal after volleying Diogo Jota in the stomach. And that was in the 24th minute or so. So they've played just under half of this first half with 10 men. And Liverpool haven't really created much. We've had the ball in and around their box on a few occasions, but as I said, no clear-cut opportunities, and it's a bit of a worry, and things will need to improve in this second half. And I will take a seat as we just go through that and what everyone's feeling so far. Oh, that's better. I forgot to put my slippers on, so it's a little bit uncomfortable standing on solid wood flooring. But yeah, a few people in the comments rightfully disappointed with how that first half's gone. If you are new, welcome to the LFC Transfer Room. Please do subscribe whilst you're here. Really helps us out and we really appreciate it. We've got all of your watch-alongs sorted, mainly me, so get used to it. Not just this one, we'll be here for the game on Sunday against Brentford, 2 p.m. kickoff, I believe that is. We also have tactical analysis of upcoming opposition, transfer watch, all transfer news related to Liverpool. We'll even just look at players that we're known to have a link with. But for now, we are discussing that first half, which was quite poor. Anthony is on the side of having Curtis Jones come into play ahead of Oxlade-Chamberlain. So Hylas says it's 80% possession to Liverpool. Is that true? That sounds almost too much. Adam says Arsenal playing man down makes them desperate. We need a strategy to break that down because their mistakes cause their mistakes, and take advantage. You're absolutely right, but how we go about that, I'm not sure because they look very organised. All I think we can do is make sure that our passes hit properly and that we just move the ball a bit quicker, I think. Switch side to side much, much faster. So about 77% possession officially, which is bloody decent. But again, we haven't done much with it. So it is, not that important at the end of the day. Drov says it seems like we need a penalty to win this one. Yeah, it's a bloody shame Xhaka couldn't have made that tackle about 5 yards later. Otherwise, we would have had a penalty. Just reading this. Bloody trains I used to get to work are getting cut from half an hour to an hour from Monday. That's bloody shit, that is. God knows when I'm going to have to leave to get to work on time, but that's not what this is about. It's not about my journey to work. So Tarek's still saying that we should put Ox on at half time, and then maybe Jones can go on the left a bit later for Firmino. Well, see, we have got Cade Gordon on the bench, so who knows? That is sarcasm, by the way. Charlie, Joel Matip over all our midfielders. I mean, the way he dribbles, you don't see many of our midfielders doing that very often. So I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. Who's a player you're most excited about Liverpool being linked with? Well. That's a good question. I think everyone could have a go at answering that just whilst we're at this half-time point. I know it's unlikely we're going to sign anybody, but who are you most excited about us being linked by? And I think we should talk realistically. You know, we can all say Haaland and Mbappe, but let's talk about players that we've recently been strongly linked with. I actually went to the West Ham game yesterday, and I know Norwich are bloody awful, but I think Bowen would actually fit in really well. I think he's kind of got that the Jota vibe about him. He can score from a header when he's not. He doesn't look like that kind of player. Just replaying that Xhaka red card. I mean, it's definitely a red. I didn't think much of it when it first happened, but he's even if you think that white means Xhaka's not the last man, you can't just volley someone in the stomach. And they're really detailing this, aren't they? But Xhaka channeled his inner Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, I like that. So the second half's just a couple of minutes away now, and Tarek makes the point. You know, it's bloody typical, isn't it? The one time we actually need him to start like regularly, and Origi just has to be bloody injured, doesn't he? I don't know how positive he would have impacted this game so far. You know, he can easily, you say that, but he can easily just ghost an entire game. So, but I am, for anyone who's not seen previous watch-alongs, I do just have a regular head of hair underneath this hat. So there you go, in case you're expecting to see something horrible. I've been wearing it all bloody day, and I need to take it off. Charlie, it's been proven time and time again that this midfield has zero creativity. No idea why we're still sticking with it when they're sitting behind the ball. Yeah, that's a fair point. Because to be honest, that midfield was for an 11 versus 11 game, which I presume Klopp predicted would be relatively open back and forth. But now we're up against 10 men. That's a good point. That it's not fit for that purpose at all. So changes do need to be made. And I hope he sort of brings someone on straight away from half-time. I don't want to have to wait till the 70th minute again for a substitution. Another 45 of hoofball from Henderson. I've seen him give away possession a few times. Are people not happy with his performance so far? Let me know. Kumar says, I don't know why when a team doesn't have a torn central forward, you need wingers. When you don't have wingers, you need creative midfield. Wait, sorry. Let me just reread that. Bloody knackered. When a team doesn't have a tall and central forward, you need wingers. When you don't have wingers, you need a creative midfield. Amen to that. Drew says, said it before, we need a midfielder who can dribble past opposition players. Elliott is a huge miss. Yeah, I mean, Curtis Jones can do that as well, though. So I still think he needs to be the first person to come on over Ox. Olawu, nice to see you. Hendo with another bad performance, remove him and bring in Oxlade. Chamberlain. So a lot of people backing Ox to come on first, but I stand by. I think Jones, especially after playing so well, only against Shrewsbury, but he did play well, so his confidence will be high, and he'll relish a game like this. So I think he should be the one to come in. And yeah, Naby is a player who can sort of switch up the pace, dribble past a player every now and then, but as you say, he is injured, so. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We've got to up the tempo a bit. You know, they've got all the men behind the ball, but if we move it around quick enough, we can still force gaps and mistakes. I get what you're saying, Drew, about Coutinho, but you know, after Coutinho left, we won a Premier League and a Champions League. I think a lot of people really want to have like that marquee cam, like the number 10, but we don't play like that anymore. We never really have under Klopp, and he wants something different from his midfield. He doesn't need an all-out cam because we've got so much attacking threat in the front three and the wing backs. It's the midfield is much more of a way of controlling the game for Klopp by disrupting counters, controlling the pace, setting the tempo, and also like a lot of the time initiating the press and winning the ball back high up. Songi, good to see you. I hope you're well, and I hope you feel able to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. One of these days, Matip has to try shooting from distance, because what's the point of dribbling past players and not shooting? To be fair to him, he has had a few goes, and I'm telling you, one day he is going to score for sure. Hyla, yeah, kind of agreeing with me there. Midfielders Liverpool were never meant to be creative. Liverpool are, thank God, not playing in a way where you're dependent on creative midfielders, and I think that is kind of what I was alluding to. Yeah, I think I covered that one already. We could bring in Kelleher and see what he does in midfield. Not sure Anfield would be too happy with that, but Olawu says Klopp can take a risk and bring in Cade Gordon. I wouldn't say no to it. If it gets like the 70th minute and it's still 0-0, bring Cade on. Who cares? He's a winger, you know. He's not going to. More than likely, won't cost us a goal. And yeah, obviously Arsenal are going to sit deep, being down to 10 men. So, you know, can't really hold that against them, to be fair. But I don't think Fekir would fit into this system really now. And you know, that was a couple of years ago now. Our midfield is made of a destroyer, which is Fabinho, a controller, which is ultimately Thiago when he's fit, and then a runner. That's what Klopp's midfield is. Unfortunately, we just don't have the balance of players to carry that out consistently when there's injuries. If we lose Thiago, that's our only controller. Henderson can't do it. Henderson's a runner. You can't control and dictate games. That's never been his strength. And that's why he's struggling recently. But we are ready to kick off. So get off my backside. Get back into it. Oh. So I'm back on my feet and the camera is back in position. And we are off for the second half. Let's do it. Come on, you Reds. Yeah, well, I think that depends on Fabinho being fit and Thiago. Well, Fabinho staying fit and Thiago getting fit. That's what our UCL hopes depend on, I think. Thanks, Anthony. Hope you enjoy the game. Your side as well, mates. But thank you for keeping us company during half time. Oh no, I think that picture of Kelleher falling asleep was from a while ago. I think that was from like the last season or the season before, maybe. No, it's not. Well, I hope it's not. It's not recent. Teak, how you doing? Bloody hell, another one's back. Look at you all. It's brilliant. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Yes, second half. We're about a minute and a half into now. If you are catching up, 0-0. Xhaka has been sent off in the first half. Oh my God! Oh, who was that? Minamino with a cross into the box and caught Ramsdale off his line slightly there. Now it looked like it might have just been dipping into the back post, but sails harmlessly over the bar. And it's a nice fast start from Liverpool there and a good run from Minamino down the left. It was definitely a cross, but the ball cut back and really did catch Ramsdale out there, and that would have been a fantastic way to start. And Ramsdale forced to control the ball quite difficultly there. Oh, I do envy you there. I wish I was in bed. I mean, obviously, I'm very glad I'm here with all of you lot. But if I could be in bed doing it as well, that would be quite nice. And yeah, Adam, you know, we're 3 minutes in, but it's looking good. Joel Matip. Oh my God. Oof. And yep, there we go. Now, whoever asked that question, you have your answer. And Arsenal have a chance to counter here. They're inside the Liverpool box up against Joel Matip. He does get a block. And Robertson's able to clear. But now Arsenal retain possession as well. And yeah, there hasn't been any changes at half-time, which is quite annoying. But we've been a little bit better, although Arsenal do have the ball in and around our box at the moment. So Fabinho brings it forwards. Speeding things up a little bit here. Let's see if we can be consistent with it. Need to create a chance, really, but we've given it away again, and that's not a trend that can continue, because at some point Arsenal will break away on the counter and we will be in trouble. But as I said, he's stuck with the same midfield for now. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think a change should have been made already. You know, it's obvious that one needs to happen, so I don't know why there's a need to wait. Do we get a corner? No, it's a goal kick. What's happened to the Rafinha rumours? Well, I think there's just a general acceptance that if we do make a move, it will be in summer. That it's not going to happen in January. It never felt like it would, but sort of everyone's accepted that now and isn't trying to push it because it's just unrealistic. God, imagine if he brought Tyler Morton on as the first substitution. Thank you to everybody who's still here. Got a really consistent audience so far, these opening 52 minutes. So thank you very much to everybody who is here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure that you do. Subscribe. One subscription equals one Liverpool goal in this second half. So get subbing. Arsenal are surprisingly seeing a lot of the ball at this current moment. Tarek, this performance is going to put me to sleep. But a lot of people say that about my commentary. But I agree. It's not been awe-inspiring so far. Quite flat. Terence says Liverpool in a weird spot. We could buy anyone as a backup attacker around 45 to 60 million pound range. That's a lot to spend on a rotation player to not have City or Newcastle money. And that's the thing as well. There are some options though, not an attacker, but Sakaria, very cheap at the moment, but he's free in summer. So FSG won't even spend 7 million if they know he can get him for absolutely nothing in a few months' time. Matip comes forward again here. Lays it off to Milner. His half volley is deflected back out to Robertson. It's still not quick enough. Now it's out on the other side with Alexander-Arnold. That switch has got to happen faster. We need some Bobby magic. We might get it. Henderson cross. José goes for the header. It sails harmlessly over him. I'm not feeling confident. Don't know. It's a nice ball through to Jota, but he's going to get crowded out. And Arsenal just hopelessly, punt it up the pitch back to Alisson, who's all on his own. He's the only player inside Liverpool's half at this moment in time. The ball over the top, Minamino, saved by Ramsdale quite easily. Almost a third of the way through this game and just nothing. And Curtis Jones is warming up, thank Christ. Curtis Jones is getting his sweater off. He's getting ready to come on. Don't you worry, Drew, I will. I'll be very pleasantly surprised if we manage to score anytime soon. It's not looking likely at present, but I am the optimist. Alisson's forced into a big punch there, and it is a bloody good punch. I'll give him that. But again, Arsenal getting a fair amount of possession in this opening 15 minutes or so. It is worrying. So Curtis Jones is now ready to step on to the field shortly. And I think the general feeling within the live chat is that this is turning into a bit of an uphill struggle now when it really shouldn't be. Liverpool just haven't got anything about them. And I think I kind of jinxed it. I said a few minutes in, it didn't look like we were missing Salah and Mane too much, but it is starting to look that way now. And we're not doing well at winning second balls either. You know, there shouldn't be room for Arsenal to break out. Firmino trying to work something here. Minamino goes for a shot, which is blocked. Robertson cross in, headed out. Matip gets caught. And, oh my God, why has Alisson come out there? But Matip just caught in a bit of a collision there. His ankle in pain, but he's back on his feet. Doesn't look too concerned. And my sources in the live chat are confirming that it will be Milner coming off for Jones. I think some people are just slightly ahead of me in terms of the match. Songi says, Jones goal, I can feel it. Fingers crossed you're right, mate, because he would make a hero of himself once again if he was able to come on and make a serious impact here. If there's one thing he can do, it's try and take on a man and speed things up a little bit around the box. He's pressing for the ball already and almost creates something of an opportunity. Adam says there, doesn't waste time. We've got 30 minutes. We have to score, man. Otherwise, this is a massive wasted opportunity. A 1-0 win in this kind of game just isn't good enough, but it's bloody better than 0-0. It's a poor ball in from Trent. Doesn't even get any lift on it whatsoever. Yeah, it hasn't been Trent's day at all. But he's won it back, and we might get proven wrong. Henderson can't quite get to it. And we do lose the ball. Just can't, mount any serious sustained pressure here at the moment. Yes, Arsenal are behind the ball. And yes, we are predominantly in their half. But we're not, cracking them. We still haven't created anything, really. And Curtis gets a shot away, which is blocked as usual. Ramsdale's had very little to do here. And Alisson takes a throw in on the right-hand side to speed things up. Not something you see every day, but that does kind of sum up how much we need to speed things up here. Diogo Jota's unable to carry the ball, loses out. And again, can't sustain an attack. Really poor. Really, really poor. Now it looks like the crowd's getting frustrated as well. Martinelli wins a free kick for Arsenal here. And that should have been a foul to Jones, really, and the ref's just completely blown it somehow. And Jones has a chance to run at Arsenal. Does get crowded out though, but he wins a free kick. It's not a particularly enjoyable game either, I must say. There's just no chances for either side. And I just knew we wouldn't make it easy on ourselves. It will come down to the game next week at the Emirates. Oh, it's just given away again when we're trying to build an attack. And now Lacazette gets a chance to just take it upfield, and Arsenal get just a bit of a break from being sat in their own penalty area. Really not making it easy on ourselves here at all. Come on, it's a good chance. There's a good chance to launch a counter here, but we're just too slow again, and Arsenal have time to get bodies back. Minamino with a chance to get shot off, and it's flies across the goal. So there's another shot that's not on target. I share the frustration. I think most of you can tell. It is a poor display so far from Liverpool, and it looks like we could play it another 90 minutes after this one, and we still wouldn't score. We'd struggle to get a shot on target. Just no ideas at all. Curtis Jones is trying to create something. Firmino will be offside there. Do we bring on Cade Gordon? It's a question I'll put to all of you. I think it's a pretty risk-free substitution there. You know, he'll have no fear. Be the biggest game he's ever played in. Screw it. And his profile is to take people on and get a shot off. And that's what we need. At this point, there's just really nothing for us to nothing worth talking about it. And Arsenal win the ball and have a chance to come forward here. Oh my God, who's that? It's a brilliant save from Alisson there. And that's got to be a yellow card for Gabriel there. He blocks off Jota, who was looking to run away there. So we do have a chance to put a ball into the box. Let's see what we can do. I'm not expecting anything here. To the back post. It's headed over by an Arsenal player. So it's a Liverpool corner. You just feel the only place this is going to come from is a set piece, this goal. Exactly. I'm of the same opinion, Tarek. Just throw him on. Good experience either way. It's a risk-free thing. Can't be worse than what we've put up so far. Oh, and Arsenal have got a chance to fucking break again. It's Martinelli up against Henderson. Plays a reverse ball looking for Saka, but Robertson does well there to get his body in front of it. And Arteta's just embarrassing, man. Absolute crybaby on the sideline. Matip out to the right to Trent. Jota. And Trent's absolutely miles offside because I don't know why Jota played that ball. He waited and waited for ages. There's going to be a few substitutions here, so let me update you on that because that's pretty much the most interesting thing that's happened so far this half. So it will be Oxlade-Chamberlain, Nico Williams, and Joe Gomez coming on. So nothing to write home about again there. So we have one more sub after this. I think Nico Williams will be up top again. Gomez to right back. Unless he's taking off Matip or Van Dijk. But yeah, a lot of people in the live chat, if there was ever a sign that we need some signings, a sign to sign, this is it. Fabinho makes way. Joel Matip makes way. And Trent Alexander-Arnold makes way. I want Kate Gordon to come on. I think we've got one more sub, so bring him on in a couple of minutes, please. Nico Williams' first act on the pitch is to run the ball out of play for a goal kick. And Saka's down here now with cramp in the 75th minute. So, coming up now to the final 13 minutes of the game. Still no clear-cut opportunity for Liverpool, who are playing against 10 men, may I remind you. It's easy to forget because we haven't played like it at all. So if we were to score, everybody, who will get the goal? That's about as much as I can come up with this utter shit show. And yeah, I think that pretty much sums up the state of this game at the moment. And the shot attempts have been bloody dreadful as well from outside the box. Can't even get them on target. So it is all going to be down to next week, which is next Thursday. Same time, I think 7:45 at the Emirates. But of course, I will be here again to watch hopefully a much better game, at least. So please, for my own sake, please do make sure you're there to keep me company through this, through the next game. Because if this is anything to go by, it's just not good enough by any stretch of the imagination. AFCON or not, against 10 men, you have to at least be creating something. Well, I won't be able to be in a pub, but I might have to join you and have a drink to get me through the next one. I was going to have ones a day, but I thought, no. This is a big game. I need to concentrate. But how wrong I was. I could have been absolutely leathered by now. Just see these attempts. We've had 11 attempts to Arsenal's 3, and we've had 0 on target, and Arsenal have had 1. Oh my Christ. And there's Oxlade-Chamberlain going for his customary 40-yard pile driver and it not paying off once again. The most predictable thing in football: death, taxes, and Ox having a shot from that far out. And another ball pumped into the box, doesn't go anywhere. And it's a goal kick for Arsenal. Once again. Just so deflating as the minutes tick by in this game. Really not given a good account of ourselves. Hendo pumps the ball up. Thank you to everybody who is here. I appreciate this isn't the most entertaining commentary we've had, but it really is dictated by how poor this game has been. And a cross into the box is easily collected by Ramsdale there, and he'll take absolutely ages on this goal kick. Yep, Alisson kept us at 0-0 when he shouldn't have had to, and Matip's looked decent. Who are absolutely out of ideas. The ball drops down. No, Jota wasn't able to take advantage of it. Just less than 5 minutes of regular time. I wouldn't go as far as to say we're missing Divock. Like, he would have ghosted this game as well. I've no doubt about it. We try to build an attack once more down the left-hand side this time. Minamino twisting and turning, plays Robertson, who can try and get a ball in, but once again it's blocked and out for a throw. It's a little bit quicker. We're opening up a little bit of space on each flank. But then the passes just let us down, man. We're back to square one. Back at Alisson's feet. And now it's out for an Arsenal throw-in as well. So we've lost possession. Nico Williams crossed in, nobody in the 6-yard box, and he's back with Ramsdale. If we didn't know how hard AFCON was going to be, I think this game's just given us a big wake-up call. Although I must say, I think if it didn't go down to 10 men, I think this game would have been a lot more interesting. There would have been goals if it was 11v11, but yeah, exactly. Terence agrees with what I was just saying. Ball in, it's a cock up. Oh, no! Taki! He had a bloody open goal. he's absolutely skied an open goal. Ramsdale's in no man's land, and he just bounces in front of him, and all he could take a touch. He's so free. I can't believe it. But here we come again with a little bit more pace. Nico Williams has loads of time to pick someone out. Can't do so. Sorry, that was Jota with the cross. Nico now has it out on the right. 5 minutes of added time here. It's a massive 5 minutes. These players have got to make something out of this. Nico's cross is just too high, but I think it does take a deflection off an Arsenal player. So it's Liverpool throw this time out on the left with with Curtis and Robertson interchanging. Robertson will look for the cross, plays it to Curtis instead, who's down by the byline. He goes down, and the ref isn't interested at all. There's not really many appeals from the Liverpool players. I mean, the thing, if there's no VAR, you've got to make the bloody most out of everything, because you could get it, and then it's Curtis again here inside the box, goes for the shot. It's a save by Ramsdale, so that is a shot on target at bloody long last. No way is that a foul, ref. No way. Well, Arsenal get it clear anyway, so it doesn't matter. And it just feels like it's one of those days. That was the chance to score, and we've absolutely blown it there. My camera's slightly blurry there. A bit down. Can we create something? It's a corner. Come on. And for some reason, we've just picked up the pace in the bloody added time. We've got to build. We've got to make something of this corner. And it's another one. It's a throw-in instead. Massively long ball. Ramsdale's cocked it up again. Oh, can't get a shot off. Just got to keep pelting into the box now, to be honest with you. I know we've been trying that a lot and it hasn't come off, but that's if that's all we're going to do, then we just got to do it, a lot of it. Oh. Curtis loses out there. And now it's going to be a Arsenal throw-in with just 2 minutes of added time left. Ramsdale's been crap in this game as well. He's looked absolute shit. And a ball's back with Alisson, and he's got to pass it forward quickly. Nico picks it up. He comes forward. There's not many options, so he tries a switch ball, which we managed to win, but the second ball is cleared. And there's a push there, and that really should be a free kick for Liverpool outside the Arsenal box, but it's not given. We carry on with it anyway. Williams got to get something in. Come on. Gomez chips it in. Van Dijk can't control it. We've kept it in. No, we haven't. It's a goal kick. 1 minute left. And they're going to absolutely milk it. So that might well be it, folks. There is no fairy tale end to this first leg of the Carabao Cup. There's 5 seconds left, and Liverpool are in their own half here. They're not going to have a chance, I don't think. Yep, the referee brings the whistle up to his mouth, and that's it. Finishes 0-0. Minamino with a chance to win it in the 92nd odd minute. We just have to respond. That's all. That's the only takeaway you can get from this is we have those players on that pitch have to respond in these next 2 games against Brentford on Sunday and back at the Emirates. Absolutely have to turn up and perform and be much, much better than that. Well, I'm sorry that we couldn't bring you a more interesting game. It's absolutely sapped the life out of most of us, I think, me included, as you can probably tell in that last half an hour or so. Just one of the most tame performances we've had in a while that I've seen. Just really nothing to write home about at all. Alisson, probably man of the match, or Matip. But that's really not something to be too proud of at this point. So it is all square going into the second leg next week. We will be live most nights as well with transfer news and debates this week coming and next week. But we will have a watch along again against Brentford on Sunday. So please stay tuned for that. That game's obviously not on telly as well. So make sure you are around to get up to the minute commentary from myself. And next Thursday at the Emirates, our most important game of the season in terms of silverware so far. We absolutely have to go there and win. Thank you for everybody who's been on here. Brother Bros, Tarek, Hyla, Druv, Adam, again, Matthias, Terence, Welshie, Drew, all been brilliant. I'm very sorry if I missed someone. Songi as well. Thank you very much for being here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I've been Louis. This has been the LFC Transfer Room. It's been a bit of a crappy result, but we move on to the next one. We can only get better after that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.